Good morning all. So in today's video, we'll study about the class variable and the object variable. Class variables are nothing but these variables are declared within a class. And for this variable, the value will remain as it is for all the instances or for all the objects. Means for a class, suppose student class is there, and for that student class, if you have created a 60 objects, and for all of these 60 objects, the value of this class variable will remain same. Means for this class variable, a single copy is there. Okay, these variables are also known as the static variable. Like if you are going to create a class variable in your class student, then for that class variable, only one copy will exist. Okay, there exists only one copy of a class variable, and because of this, any changes made to this class variable by an object, it will reflect in all the other objects or the instances. Means if you have created a class variable there, and if one object is going to change the value of that class variable, that value will reflect in other objects also. Okay, we'll discuss it by using one example here. So here in this case, one serial number is there. This serial number, it is the class variable, and we are going to create the two objects here. First object is obj1, second object is obj2. For the obj1, 70 value is passed for the mark, and for obj2, 80 value is passed for the mark. Here serial number, it is a class variable. Okay, now we are going to run this program. So class variable, for the class variable only one copy is there. This value will remain as it is for all the objects here. Means if you have created one object or two objects, for all of these objects the serial number value will remain same, and because of this, whenever you are going to print this one serial number is, this value will always 0. Okay, we'll run this program. Here the value of serial number, it is 0. Okay, always. Means as I already told you here, that the class variables here, class variables have the same value across all the instances. And here I have defined one class which is serial number. This value will remain as it is for all the instances. Okay, serial number value will remain as it is for all the objects. And if you are going to create n number of objects, for this n number of objects, this value will remain as it is. To access this class variable, you will require the class name dot that variable name. Now I'm going to change the value of this serial number. Okay, change the value of serial number. You will require first the name of your class student dot serial number plus equal to 1. So here what happens? Whenever I am going to create a first object obj1, at that time init method will be called by default, and in init method the value of serial number, it will be incremented by 1. Previously serial number value was 0. Now for the obj1 the value of serial number will become 1 here. The marks value 70 is passed. So for the marks, the value obj1 dot marks value will become 70 here. Now we are going to print it. Serial number of student is, for the obj1 that value will be displayed as a 1. After that we are going to create a second object. Whenever the second object is created, by default init method will be called, and in init method here the value of serial number is not 0. That value is updated in obj1. It becomes a 1, right? So now for the obj2 the value of the serial number is 1 here. Okay, as I've already told you, class variables have only one copy there. If one object, here obj1 has updated that value, serial number value previously it was a 0, obj1 has updated that value to the 1. So now for the obj2, the value of that serial number is 1 right now. Okay, as only one copy is there, if one object is going to change that value, class variable value for the obj2, the value will be given as a updated value. Okay, so for the obj2, now the value of serial number is 1. Now serial number plus equal to 1 means, for whenever you are going to create a object 2, the value of this serial number, it will be updated by 1. So now the for obj2 the serial number value is 2. So it will be displayed 2. We'll run this program and we'll check whether it is giving you the same output or not. Yes, it is giving you the same output. Previously, 0 values are there. Serial number value was 0 for the OBJ1 and OBJ2. Now for the OBJ1 value is 1, for OBJ2 value is 2. Okay. This one is the class variable. Now we'll discuss what is the object variable. Object variables are nothing but these variables are created by the objects. Okay. Object variables or the instance variables have different value for each new instance. Means whenever the new object is created, new, then at that time the new copy will be created for that variable. Okay. If class has n instances or objects, then there will be n separate copies of object variable. Okay. If your class have 10 objects, then for that object variable 10 copies will be there. Okay. So object variables are not shared between the other objects. These objects variables are separate for each and every object. These object variables are not shared within the other objects. A change made to the object variable by one object will not be replicated in the another object. As I already told you, for each and every object, separate object variables are there and separate copies there. Because of this, change made by one object, it will not displayed in another object. Okay, we'll discuss it again by using an example here. The same example we are going to take. This one is serial number. It is a class variable, and here self.marks, it is a object. It is a object variable. Okay, self.marks, it is a object variable. So whenever you are going to pass the value here for the marks variable, the for obj1 value is 70, for obj2 value is 80 here. So whenever you are going to create this object, one obj1 dot marks, one copy will be created, and for obj1 dot marks value is 70 given. For obj2 second copy is created for the mark, and the name of that uh, copy is obj2 dot marks, and the value for it is 80. Okay, now we are going to run it. We get the output here. For the obj1 dot marks value is 70, for obj2 dot marks value is 80 here. Okay, so this one is your class variable, serial number, student and dot serial number. It is a class variable, and this one is the your object variable. Object variables, if you want to access this object variable outside the class, then also you can access it by using, suppose I want to display the obj2 dot marks here. We'll access that those variable by using dot operator, obj2 dot marks. Now if I want to access serial number class variable, to access it you can use the name of class student dot serial number. You will get the value here. Okay, object variables, these are accessible by using the object name dot that variable name, and the class variable are accessible by using the class name dot that variable name. We'll run this program. obj2 dot marks 80 and the serial number right now. Two objects are created, so serial number value is 2 here. Okay, we'll check it whether it is giving you the same output. Yes, serial number value is 2 and the obj2 dot marks is 80. Okay, thank you for watching this video.